warm welcome to the next session. Now we will continue to work with this color technique as we started to talk about in last session. My name is Gunnar Bergfeldt. I work for Fondation International and for Fondation Sweden. And today we are doing the shooting in House of Nation in Paris, so I'm so glad that you continue to look at us. Last session we were talking about this color technique that gives much more contrast feeling. And this contrast feeling, as you can see on this section, here we have worked with a very strong contrast feeling to give more power and contrast in the final result. On this side, we have worked with the same technique, but now to create a smoother feeling, natural feeling, with a more shimmer between the colors, but the same base technique. So today I will show you how you will work with this base technique, and I will do it in this last section over here. The main thing with this technique is, as you can see on the mannequin head, we split the head into 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. In each sections, we will work with horizontal partings. In each partings, we will have two different techniques. Partings number 1, in the base, we will start with a darker one and go for the lighter. And then we continue like brickles through the strand. And on on partings number 2, I will do the opposite version. So in the base, I will start with the lighter version and go for the darker. So you can see it will be opposite all the way through. To clarify this a little bit more, we will start to show the technique in practice so you really can see what the difference will be. This time, my client asked for a more smoother feeling. So I start with this section. I start to do the first partings in the back. And I have a horizontal parting. Now I also have asked her what she prefer it around the hairline when she do an updo, if she would like to have quite a blocked feeling or a smooth feeling in this version. And this time she will go for a little bit smoother feeling. So now you see I will start with parting number 1, and that means the darker one in the base, and then I go for the lighter one. So I go with the darker one. I place it in the base, and then I continue. And then I go for the lighter. And I also take this in the base underneath here. And then I go for my foil. And here I have two options. If I would like to have a quite hard contrast between the blocks, I'll work with a low projection angle. If I would like to have a smoother feeling between the blocks, I work with a higher projection angle. And why is this? Because when I work with a higher projecting angle, when this hair then falls down in natural fall, it will be a smoother transforming between the blocks. So today my clients wish to have a more smoother feeling, so I work with higher projection angle. I add some more pigments, and then now I start to do all the way out. Dark, 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 like you see in brickles. And I divide the ends. It's a little bit easier for me to see. Dark. And then I continue with the light. Light, light, and light. And now I also have a choice to do. Would I like to have the coloring to go really through the strand to have a much color? And that will make also much more contrast, or would like to have a smoother feeling? I would like to have a smoother feeling. And that means that you also will have some of her original color left between the two blocks. Then I put a foil on the top, and then I continue to the next one. Now I will go for the parting number 2. And parting number 2 will be, then I will go with a blonde. And I make sure that she gets some blonde here around the face, the hairline. And you see, I do it quite smooth. Blonde, blonde here. And then I continue with the dark one on the other side. Dark one, dark one. And then I place my paper. I take my foil. And then I continue with the dark one, the dark one. I split the partings into 2 because it's easier for me to have control. Dark one and dark one. So here I just work with 3. 1, 2, 3 dark, 1, 2, 3 blonde. And that is up to you how many blocks you will work with. I would like to have it quite blonde in the ends, so I add a lot of blonde highlighting in the end. Now we come to the next thing. Before I put the next foil on here, I take this foil, lift it up a little bit, and pull it out from the head. What will happen now? All the colors will be shifted a little bit, so I will have a more blended feeling on the back side of this paper. And that also gives a much smoother result. Blonde one here, so next will be dark then. I go for next one. And now next one will be like number 1, dark to the left. I go for a high projection angle, add the dark. And now you see, now it's also a little bit easier when you come higher up on the head. And now you can also place a little bit more if you would like to have it lighter also on the underneath. And then I add the paper. Add the paper. And here we have dark under. So here we have dark on the top here to the base. And then I go blonde. And here I divide a little bit in 2 partings because it's a little bit clear for me. Dark and dark in the ends here. And today I chose level, I think it was about level number 7. And here I had highlights developer number 3. So it will not be so blonde. More like I would like to have a more golden feeling. But I would like to have a little bit colder, a little bit blonder in the ends. So therefore I add a little bit extra on that end. And then what to do now, before I put the next foil on, I will take it away a little bit from the base to get the blended feeling on the back side. And then I place the next foil on the top. And then I continue all the section out. If I would like to have a more blocked feeling, I also can work with foil that are more like transparent, because then you always see the color. When I add the next, you can see how the blocks exactly is on the last partings. So go home and play, be creative, and continue your lovely work at the salon. Thank you for today. See you.